which is RuPaul's Drag Race, because we've got a winner. And, the RuPaul's Drag Race season 16 finale, for those who watched, featured Nymphia Wynn playing Jane and Safira Cristal, vying for the title of America's Next Drag Superstar, and the grand prize of $200,000. Now, the grand finale of RuPaul's Drag Race was filmed in the same soundstage as the lip-sync Lollapalooza SmackDown reunited episode, but the format of the past two finales was maintained, challenging the top three to perform solo numbers based on the original songs, furthering the Queen's brands and aesthetics. And I told y'all the tea about that what was going to happen with that whole thing with Drag Race, the fact that I told you they filmed it last year around the same time as the series. So the finale was a year old. And I told y'all who was going to be in the top two. I told y'all from the beginning. I know people was mad that I was spoiling, but I was like, Safira and Nymphia were going to be the top two. That Plain Jane was going to be, come in third place. She was going to get eliminated, and then it was going to be those two queens. So I wasn't surprised by that. And I have to say, when they showed the reaction of the queens of which one won, because they showed and I actually prefer that they do it that way. And they had Plain Jane in full-on witch regalia. I said, so she's finally come as her true self. She came looking like the witch from, Angelica Houston in the movie The Witches. That's how she looked to me. Like really ghoulish. I didn't even know she could pull that kind of makeup off, or that was her type of aesthetic. But Plain Jane is definitely showing that she's pretty out there when it comes to her creativity and stuff. So they have their their solo numbers. I did like Nymphia Wynn's solo number, but I'm sorry, but Safira definitely turned it out during her solo number. Like she took me to church for her performance, especially when she had them kitten heels and that slew foot was just a sleuthing or slewing. And I am so mad I did not come up with that name for Michelle that Michelle Visage came up with, where she was like Slewfira. When she said that, I laughed so hard because that was such a stupid ass name, Slewfira. But I was like, that was hilarious. And I know a lot of people were mad that Nymphia won and that Safira lost, because we all thought Safira was going to win. So I've had people literally tell me that they felt like um, they were trying to do that because we haven't had an Asian queen win since season 3. Yeah, season 3, because Raja was the first Asian, woman to win, Asian queen to win. And I hate the fact that I was looking on social media where people were sitting there talking about, oh, we had Nymphia being the first Asian queen. I said, no, Raja is the first Asian queen. So I posted a little thing that I created online, and I was like, when people say that Nymphia is the first Asian queen to win Drag Race, and I put Raja at ... fuck my drag, because that's a line that is used in regards to well, fuck my drag. What are you trying to say, I ain't shit or whatever? Fuck my drag. That's basically a phrase that we were like, well, damn, is my talent not good enough or whatever the case is? So that's basically a drag race term that has been used. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to discount Raja because, yeah, she's not full on obvious Asian, where you look at a Nymphia, you can see she's Asian. There's different aspects of the Asian community, just like there's different aspects of the Latino community. There's different aspects of the Black community. We're not all a monolith. So, and someone also tried to say Nymphia is Asian American. I was like, no, she's not. She was born in Taiwan, therefore she is not Asian American. Asian American means you were born in America and you happen to be Asian. She just moved to America, particularly New York, a couple of years ago. I think it was maybe 2-3 years ago. So here's the thing that I gotta say on that. So did we break down everything with the whole thing? So out of all the performances and stuff, I thought Safira's solo performance was my favorite. But I did cackle that when after Plain's performance, the look that a mandatory meeting gave, child, that is gonna be a forever meme. Her overall look that I was here for. But Nymphia definitely turned. I loved her overall look. I love the whole aesthetic of the background dancers. A lot of people saying that they feel like the reason why that they kept it in the studio and stuff because of what happened with Anitra and that whole situation where one of the dancers got injured during rehearsals and stuff. Honestly, I actually like the idea of them doing this in front of a live studio, like very Masked Singer-esque. And I'm sitting there wondering, I said, did they do that because, whenever they did the previous finales, where they had a couple of, where they would invite like the past queens and all that other stuff into the show, I was like, was this because they were worried about spoilers getting out? And the fact that, people just reveal everything that's been going on. So it's like you can get a bunch of people that show up, but they got to sign NDAs or whatever. You can't leak nothing, even though I already knew the tea of who was going to be, who was going to be top two. But Plain did seem upset, but you know what? There's always all stars, and the same thing I feel about with Saphira. There's always all stars because I feel like Nymphia definitely did eat. She ate with that final lip sync. I have to give it to her. When she opened up the thing and they did "Padam Padam" by Kylie Minogue, and she opened up her cape, and then the balloons and stuff came out. It was very, a lot of people saying similar to Sasha Velour, and I'm like, I'm glad that you kind of said that because here's the thing: Nymphia has performed at Sasha Velour's iconic nightgowns show. So she's done it. Sasha Colby's done it. A lot of amazing queens of Drag Race that a lot of you may not know have performed at nightgowns, which is all about like real artistry and when it comes to performance and stuff. So Nymphia is one of those girls who definitely puts on a show. If you have not seen her live, I implore you to. You could even look up her nightgowns performances and stuff on YouTube. So I think also people just gag because we never really saw Nymphia lip sync. But I knew what Nymphia was going to give because, like I said, I've seen her perform. But she did the balloon reveal and all this other. Yeah, it was cute. And I saw that she showed online that she was doing like a rehearsal on how the whole thing was going to happen with the cape. Um, Saphira was more dramatic and theatrical. She was serving phase. I love that she had the vampire teeth, and she revealed she came out of her dress and did the body. So she was giving old school performance. But I know a lot of people said that it just reminded them of the Shea Coulee Sasha Velour incident. That Shea Coulee was conditioned to win. Sasha Velour, we really wasn't getting that from her in regards to like, is she worthy of winning the crown until she did that performance, and then it was like, well, damn. So that's where that came from. But overall, I say all that to say that regardless of how people feel about Nymphia and what was it Nymphia and oh my god and Saphira and their whole win in their situation, the fact that Saphira came in second and Nymphia came in at first, I just want to applaud the fact that we have two women of color, two queens of color, I should say, that made it all the way to the end, that it was between the both of them, and that we had a woman of color that won. So I'm glad that, it's just diversity is important. And I know what some people are saying, you know what, this goes to show with Nymphia winning that it leaves open an opportunity for many people to feel like, I too have the opportunity and the chance to win. That maybe one day you'll get a big girl that wins Drag Race. We have yet to have that. A Latina queen. I don't think we've ever had a Latina queen that has won Drag Race. As far as I can think of, I don't think we have. So, those opportunities, and who knows, that may happen with All Stars coming up. And we talked about All Stars, but the polls and everything was saying that they believed, what was it, a TV Line poll, they said was split almost completely evenly between the final trio, Nymphia Wynn, Plain Jane, and Saphira Crystal, with Saphira edging out her tied competitors by only a single percent. Even the Queen's track records are remarkably similar. Plain and Saphira each have 4 wins under their belts, while Nymphia has 3. So there was that. So, they had their. So there was a poll with that. And I talked about the other day where it was a poll that they did online, I guess, once they released the poll and they had Nymphia winning and they had Saphira come in third. I'm like, huh? What kind of shit is that? So people really like Nymphia. And I have to say, like, even though in my opinion, I didn't feel like Nymphia was giving enough to be like, does she, with all the things that's been going on, should she be winning this season? I don't see it. Apparently the people have spoken. And I guess at the end of the day, based off the challenges and stuff, she did what she needed. She did what needed to be done. So congratulations to them. I'm looking forward to seeing Saphira do a season of All Stars. I'll definitely try to find out, some tea in regards of whether or not Saphira will be interested in doing All Stars, but I'm sure that she definitely will, and it'll end up like a redemption season, like similar to Jimbo, who should have won the 2 times she was on her previous shows, but didn't win, especially Canada, and then she did versus the world where she got eliminated by Pangina. And people was mad over that and went after Pangina. So we'll see, like, if she'll get her redemption, similar to her and Shea Coulee when she had to go and do her thing. So congratulations, and we'll see what the future holds in regards to season 17, because they're already done with the casting and everything for season 17. I don't know if they've chosen the girls yet, but they're going to be filming that this summer.